Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ravean Campaign. The first session that we're going to end up discussing is number 1. We'll end up putting in some more information from supplementary details about the world a little bit later. But as for now, in session 1, we started in the 10th day of Timuras, a month similar to September in the fall schedule. It is the Empire Day Festival in the Ramont Empire, as we set our stage in the Timber Falls city of the Ramont Empire. This city has been chosen to hold the almost Super Bowl-like event that is the celebration of the unification of the territories of the Ramont Empire. Thus being, there's a bunch of carnival tents and other stands available for people to enjoy as they make their way throughout their day. It has been a week-long celebration. We are on the last day of this festival. Among the partygoers are a number of interesting characters. At a tent featuring the game called The Jester's Fortune, a game of chance, there is a red-skinned tiefling and a tan-skinned human woman with cat-like features, as they stand there watching the game being played by a typical farmer man who promptly loses his coin, and they are beckoned in. Unfortunately, as they play, they find no fortune and lose a total of 13 silver between them. In a huff, promising themselves vengeance against this carny woman, they left, and as they turn, they spot another one. A black-scaled dragonborn woman leaning casually against a tent pole, watching them as they plot their revenge against this carny folk. Being not the most subtle of characters, the tan-skinned woman by the name of Sudi Velignacia walks up to the black-scaled dragonborn and entreats her for why she is so interested in their activities. This black-scaled dragonborn, being a relatively subtle mover, works with the two, Sudi and the red-skinned tiefling man Flawed. This black-scaled dragonborn, being Zoithacil, I believe would be her best pronunciation of the name, work with them to come up with a plan by which they might rob the carny to get their funds back. As they watch, they take a moment to explore the rest of the carnival, finding a human-looking woman in relatively purplish robes, and a pale-skinned, blue-haired elven woman at another bottle-throwing, kind of ring-throwing carnival tent, and trying their luck, have a little more success before enacting their plan. This purple-robed human woman is Jade Ravenclaw, and the elfin woman is Serenity. As time goes on, the group overall ends up meeting another seemingly tiefling woman by the name of Lemba Qual as they play through the games of the carnival. And as time goes on, this heist that is planned comes into action, with Zoithacil making her way around the back of the carnival tent for the Jester's Fortune and successfully robbing this carnival woman of the entirety of the funds she has earned over the course of this week-long celebration. Unfortunately, she then made her way away from the group behind a main stage by which, at the end of the celebration evening, the Princess of the Empire will close out the ceremony and run through the various lottery winnings for the raffle as well as settle out and recognize the winners of a fighting pit competition. Making her way behind the stage, she broke open the chest, took most of all the funds, and left a calling card. With the rest of the group hot on her heels, she climbs the stage and pretends to be a stage hand that is working to secure the stage and gaining quite a few eyes watching her as she does. Eventually, as everyone settles back down and meets back up, the group decides to enter the fight pit tournament in the hopes of earning some coin. And as they fight through and watch the other parties struggle against the various beasts that have been procured for this fighting competition, they themselves are challenged within the pit to fight two giant toads, one of which promptly grabs the black dragonborn in its mouth, as the other ones move around and nearly slaughter the party with little help from the organization's staff so that they will not all die. However, in time they are victorious, being the only group to survive their trial for the most part, with other competitors being pulled to the side and revived and stabilized and treated. They are recognized as the winners of the competition, and as the evening goes on and raffle prizes are awarded, a number of the group are approached by a man, seemingly human, as he walks up and offers them a job. His name is Germain Verholt. He is the bodyguard most closely associated with the Princess Amelia Ramont, who has closed out the ceremony at this moment. He is looking to gather an escort to support the princess as she travels the rest of the Grassbend region. Unfortunately, the Grassbend region being a dangerous place, he is hoping to curry some favor with the local population by claiming the help and support of some fairly notable people from the festival, the winners of the fight pit being a valuable cause and valuable group to reach out to. And as they travel, he will reward them handsomely for their efforts. When they arrive at the city of Fallfield, where the princess will be expected to board a skyship to return to the capital. Taking a moment to think, he agrees to give them time and tells them to meet him the next day at another inn where they are staying called the Dragon's Hide. He then bids them adieu, and they all settle in for the evening, taking a moment to enjoy a meal and find their own rest. That's it for session 1. At this point, there is a fairly quiet atmosphere in the town. As things settle down, people are enjoying themselves, but it is a relatively peaceful time. This isn't always true. And most importantly, some of our challenges faced are dangerous as we cross the Grassbend region as a whole. Time will tell just who remains at the outset of the story. So keep in mind, as you listen, as a team you are stronger. If you support each other, you can handle most everything. Otherwise, thank you all for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a very good one. And best of luck. hopefully, as you tune in for the other parts of the story, a few more of the puzzle pieces begin to come a little clearer and make more sense. Thank you again.